Hello everyone, today I'll be talking about my second assignment for the CS50 class of game development, so I'll get right into it. So the first update is the paddle update, and the way I did is just I make a new variable called p size to decrease our paddle size whenever we increase or decrease our health. And yeah, I did it right here, and I changed the size to p size so that it will correspond to the correct width. And here is the implementation of whenever we increase our health, then the paddle size increase as well. And here is for when we decrease our health. And the next thing, the next update is the power-ups update. And the first thing I did was generate the quads, same as generating the ball quads, which is just for a loop, but this time 10 times because there's 10 of them. Yeah, and this is the new class for the power-ups, and it's basically the same as the ball class. The only thing different being there's p type in the in the initial in the init function, and I need it so that I can make it the correct sprite in the rendering. And the other thing that's different is that there's only y velocity, and when we update in only y velocity. And here is where we implement the random function so that the power up will spawn. And I think I created a new table here. Yeah, the power up table, and what it basically did is just it keeps all the power up inside it, and the power is just basically the type ball X and ball Y of the power ups. The ball X and ball Y is basically the location of our ball, but we just store it as the power ups location, which is so that the power ups will be the same, will be at the same location as our ball. And here is how I implement the power-ups, which is just if it collides with the paddle, then we get the randomized p-type to be either bonus ball or the key in the bonus ball I implemented down here. I'll talk it in a second. And here is the implementation. So there's a power-up where we get more balls, and if there's one balls left, then we lose our health or lose the game. And here is the extra ball function. It's just insert new balls into the self.ball table, which is another new table that I've made. And what it basically does is just make it to where we can have multiple balls on the screen that function the same as the first ball. Yeah, here's how I did it. So first off, the params ball is just the first ball, and the num balls is just the number of balls. So we need to keep track of that so we can make it to where we lose or not in the when we lose our health, that is. Yeah. And there's also the key, which is I think I implemented it here in the power type. Yeah, the power type 10 is the key power ups, and you just unlock the locked bricks, which I'll be talking about in a minute. And yeah, here's the multiple ball. So first initially there is no for loop here, and the reason I had to do this is that we can update the ball, make it function as other ball thing. Yeah, I end it here because all of this all includes the functionality of the ball. yeah. And I think, yeah, this is just the rendering of the power-ups. I think that's it for the power-ups. And the last update, the lock break update, the way I did it is just that I generated new quads, the lock break quads, and then here I also implement a new variable called lock prop, which is just the chances of the brick to be locked. And I think here is where we first, implement the locked and the key functionality. So if it's locked and we have the key, yeah, this is a new parameter I put in, so that when we hit the locked bricks with the key, then it will unlock it and generate a new bricks. And yeah, it also emits more particles than others bricks. So yeah, I think no, it's the sounds is the same, but the lock property will be false now. So it turns into a normal bricks. And here is whenever we hit it without the key, it will just play a lock sound, the new sounds that I put in the G sounds table. And here is, so whenever if it's locked, then it will render the 20-second sprite, which is for the lock bricks. Yeah. And else if it's in play, then it just renders usual bricks. And lastly, the lock, I make it to where if we hit the lock bricks, then we get more score, and if we hit it without the key, then nothing really happens, it just hits it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's look at the demo. So as you can see, there's lock bricks now. The chance of its spawn is pretty small, but it's there. So yeah, now we also have the key power-ups. So let's hope we can hit the lock bricks. Yeah, as you can also tell, whenever we have two balls, there will be no more balls spawn. And that's because I make it to where the only time the new ball will spawn is when we have one ball left. Yeah, like this. Hold on, let me see if I can, yeah. Oh. Yeah, as you can also tell, we lose our paddle size if we lose health, and we just make it back up if we gain more health as well. I think we also lose power-ups when we lose our health. So that's pretty cool, I think. Let's hope we can hit the lock break still. I kind of need that right now. I should have increased the lock probability to be more, I think. Oh, and also one thing, if the balls hit the lock bricks without the key power-ups, then I think it will still spawn power-ups. There's still a chance of it spawning power-ups. And yeah, as you can see, we already hit the lock bricks with the key. It unlocks it, and we gain 5,000 points. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for our demonstration of this demo. Thank you very much.